Black magic, God, Holy Ghost, Lord, orgasmic, order more acid, more than 4 tablets, portal door passage, born before mortal war happened. We were lords way before we were poor black men. Now we like Catherine, only having 4 Jacksons. Sword of pure magic, slaughter 4 dragons. Heat like corduroy fabric, door-to-door tactics. Easy like tortoise on boarded floor backspins. Rapping like the man that created it, and I just play with it. Shine radiant, raising it, sunbathing it. Voice tone sharper than razor tip when I aim it at megaliths, make them raise and lift. You can't relate to this, even if you paint a pic of me and you and somehow make the faces switch. I like to babysit, throne made of baby skin, donated by natives that procreate in sin. They gon' need to raise the rim, they gon' need a cage in that gymnasium. I play to win, Will still Chamberlain. Put the globe on my middle finger and made it spin. They gon' need to raise the rim, they gon' need the cage in that gymnasium. I play to win, Will still Chamberlain.
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode, Underground Railroad Productions. This your host, Brother Rich, out here in Harlem, promoting this upcoming event, giving out some flyers.
Yeah.
June 3rd. It's almost here, family. The
Facts.
Gathering of the Metaphysical Masters, Dr. Phil Valentine, Aseer The Duke of Tears,
There you go, my brother.
and Brother Panic. Make sure you're there. Info will be in the description bar.
Yeah.
Red Man, I want to talk to you today. You deal with economics sometime. Topic that's extremely important.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to survive in this system, you got to know how to make your money in this system.
Yeah.
And the world is constantly changing around us. It's not the way it was when we were 10 and 12. It's totally different now.
It's not our parents' world.
Yeah, it's not our parents' world or our grandparents' world at all. There's something that I heard you talking about on your YouTube channel called the gig economy.
Yes.
Let me read what the gig economy is on what it says on the internet.
Okay.
A gig economy is an environment in which temporary positions are common and organizations contract with independent workers for short-term engagements. The trend toward a gig economy has begun. A study by Intuit predicted that by 2020, 40% of American workers will be independent contractors. Wow.
Yeah.
Half of the working population
Half of them.
will be independent contractors. I was with this dude the other day and he was showing me how the dudes that do the delivery, Postmates. Anybody that know about Postmates, that's a delivery service.
Yeah.
So if you got a phone, they're, you know, in your area, they'll send you a little message saying, yo, pick up this delivery and take it there. They'll give you a percentage and you get what the people tip you.
Facts.
So there's so many different ways to make money in this. You know, we got Fiverr. Well, I'll let you explain all that. Talk to the family about that, Red.
Thank you, Brother Rich, for bringing up this topic and introducing it to your platform, which is very important because it's very solution-based. What we're talking about when we mention the gig economy, we're talking about, but not limited to, freelancing. Freelancing is predicated off of you having skills or a skill set, and then reversing the process of going outside to look for a job to reversing it to now you are hiring yourself. And that in it of itself is revolutionary because it's a different modality. It's a whole nother way of looking at going, you know what I mean, to either employ oneself or to make a living in this marketplace. Now, what the gig economy affords you the opportunity to do as a freelancer or as someone who is very talented, who's outsourcing their talents and their skills for an overhead, right? What it's allowing you to do is it's allowing you to remove yourself from the workplace. What do you mean, Brother Red? What are you talking about? What I'm saying is this. Let's say that Brother Red wanted to go to Hawaii with a, you know, with a beautiful Hawaiian or something. You know what I'm talking about? What if I wanted to go chill where the volcano was at? Or I wanted to go surfing. I wanted to go to Thailand. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to the continent and explore my roots, right? But I don't want to be tied in to a 20 or 30 year job where I'm tied into 401k, and when I decide that I want to take those months off to go and discover myself, I don't have to wait till I'm in my 60s. What the gig economy can afford me to do is this. Let's say that I'm a videographer. Let's say that I'm an illustrator. Let's say that I'm a designer. Let's say I'm a graphic designer. Let's say that I'm somebody who knows how to write contracts. Let's say that I'm a proofreader. Let's say that I am a person who is willing to do any kind of office, you know what I mean, or business administration task, because I'm in debt because I went to school for my, you know what I mean, my degree in business administration. This is what the gig economy would allow me to do. I could travel now and go anywhere around the earth, anywhere around the world, and still put my occupation on the internet for anybody around the world to pick up my services as a subcontractor. I could dictate the amount of money that I want to be paid an hour, so I don't have to deal with victimhood consciousness about, oh, they're not paying me my $11.50 an hour in this state. It's not fair. They're not treating me right. Look, you can say, this is how much I want to be paid for my gig. $5 an hour, henceforth the website Fiverr. Or you could say I want to get paid $100 an hour. Let's say that you're doing video editing, or you're doing like explainer videos, post-production. You can now dictate a high amount of money based off of your skill set. And I could be anywhere around the world and do it. I could be at home homeschooling my children. I could be at home with my wife while we come up with multiple different income streams, right? I'm helping her with her gig. She's assisting me with my gig, because when I married up, or when I got with the other person who's my counterpart, I made sure that our skill set matched. Not based off of how we were taught how to pick our mates before, but an arranged type of relationship where I'm equally yoked. Oh, you're a graphic designer? Well, goddamn it, I'm an author. We could make a book together and put our names on the title. Therefore, we'll have an intellectual property on Amazon or in one of the digital marketplaces that can have a recurring kind of, it's a recurring payment. What's a recurring payment, Red? A recurring payment is this. When I go to sleep at night, I could wake up to money. I didn't have to wake up and punch the clock. I didn't have to necessarily give my sweat equity or my labor, right, in order to receive a recurring payment. Mechanical payments. That's how individuals in the music industry and in the film industry eat, because they get their initial payment for their role in, like, Black Panther. You know how Chadwick Boseman might have been paid $2 million, but he probably negotiated something on the back end to where he'll receive recurring payments based off of whenever the movie plays on Netflix, Hulu, you know, every time that it spins. So now in this new streaming environment with the music industry, they're getting paid every time somebody streams their music, whether it's 0.0001 cent, or if somebody negotiated it and they really getting real money, you know, maybe 5 cents a stream. I've never heard of that, but we live in a time where everything is possible. So these are the new formulas that people who are quote unquote winning are leaving. There's an excellent book that you should get called 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. I know a lot of people may be familiar with that. I read that in 2003, and it completely changed my output on not only outsourcing and being an entrepreneur and also being, an independent contractor, but it also showed me a lot of other things. It showed me, because before then, I didn't know how I would be able to travel and still eat. because I was so locked in to only hustling or bubbling or getting money in one specific spot. Punching in, you know what I mean, on 125th Street, but it showed me the power of the internet, and it also showed me not just the internet, but it showed me the power of outsourcing to anybody around the world who was looking for my skill or my skill set. So yeah.
You mentioned skill set several times. So I guess not only the gig economy is affecting the job market, but it's also affecting the school system, because a person could go to the University of YouTube and learn more on YouTube than they can at a 4-year college.
Super duper. So they could go to Trump University. They could go to Phoenix Academy. They could go to lynda.com.
Right.
They could go to Khan Academy.
Right.
They could go to udemy.com. They could go to skillshare.com. You know what I'm talking about? You can, remember, there are OSHA.com websites where you can qualify. Remember, people are going into debt to get degrees, but there's other people that are getting accreditations. They're getting they're getting certified. There are individuals who are learning how to code, and they're getting certified in A++, CSS, in all of these coding languages. They have multiple certifications. So they're going into debt, getting certified, and then what are they doing? Hiring themselves. That language alone changes everything. You running around trying to get hired? Well, guess what, my guy? I'm going to hire myself. I could retire myself. And shit, if I don't like myself, I could fire myself. That's power. You know what I'm talking about? That's power. That's why they said 40% of the workplace in 2020. Do you know how many people that is?
It's half the work.
So they're teaching the babies, go to school in order to get a job. But the new economy is not about that. The new economy is go online, learn your skill set, and then hire yourself. So you could become your own business. You go on, you know what I'm saying, Dun & Brad, and you go in, you LLC yourself, then you go on Dun & Brad, you get all of that locked down, and then you become your own LLC. Then you can hire other people. And then not only are you you're your own business, but you can outsource. Then you could start a workshop where you're taking at-risk youth, you're taking people who just came home from jail. Because remember, I could have 800 felonies, but if I'm certified in code writing, or if I'm certified in fixing the goddamn iPhone, or if I'm certified, if I'm certified in drone photography, it doesn't matter. I'm still part of the new gig economy. You know what I mean? My record means nothing. My language barrier, I don't know no English. The people on Fiverr, the majority of the people who are for hire, they don't even speak English.
They don't.
They have translator software where they'll translate what you're asking for. So even in third world countries, Zimbabwe, where people are not eating, in Bangladesh, where my people are suffering in quote unquote third world countries, where they're getting $5 a week for working very, please, beloved, yes, my goodness, yeah. So where they're working and they're getting $5 a week for their sweat equity, here comes the gig economy. You get $5 an hour right now, and where you live or whatever corrupt government you're under or whatever you were born into, because some people are born into being peons, or some people are born into servitude, or some people are being born into poverty. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, twerk your way out of poverty. You don't have to sell, you don't have to be a part of the sex industry. You don't got to be a part of the drug industry. You don't got to be a mule. You don't have to be any of these things. You can now plug into the gig economy. You could teach yourself. There's young children. I've read miracle stories about little young men and women in the shanty towns of Africa who plugged into the technological sector or the gig economy, and now they popping. The whole village got electricity. Akon is following them on Twitter. You know what I'm talking about? They doing good in life. So yeah.
So it seems like with this gig economy, man, this could be this is some groundbreaking stuff, man.
It's a solution.
Definitely. You know, the last interview I asked you about the dangers of technology, and we was talking about that, and you was saying how it, and I was asking you, are you going to participate in 5G and the newer technology that comes out? And you was saying how it's the person, it depends on how the person uses the technology that decides whether it's going to be evil or not. It seems as though there's a world full of opportunities, and would you say our people, because I'm sure some of our people haven't even heard that term, the gig economy. When you're on Fiverr, there's not that many black freelancers on Fiverr as there are foreigners and stuff like that.
Yes.
So are we wasting too much time on social media with memes and twerk videos and all that other stuff? Are we instead of engaging in this new technology and learning all of this stuff, Red?
There's a conspiracy against quote unquote black people from plugging in to anything that's new and prosperous in the world. Do you know what? You know how people say if you put a nigga on to what you're doing is gonna ruin it, right? A lot of people get money. A lot of people do things that are quote unquote prosperous, but they hide it with all of their might from quote unquote niggas, because niggas don't have the Midas touch. They have the opposite of the Midas touch. They don't turn everything into gold. They make shit rust, and they destroy and they devalue everything that they touch. I'm talking about niggas with an ER and an AZ. You know what I'm talking about? That's how, and that's not coming from Red Pill. That's just, you know, that's what they say when you niggas are not looking, right? That's how the continental Africa looks at you. That's how foreigners look at you. That's how certain Europeans look at you. Keep everything good away from niggas because they bring bad fortune, bad luck, and too many of them, you know, if they get hip, if too many of them get hip to what's going on, they'll ruin a good thing. So I'm saying that there's a conspiracy because with the 100 rallies that have taken place with Black Lives Matter, who know everything about the new economies, right? Because they're plugged into a lot of that stuff as well. With Black Lives Matters, white liberals who know everything about the new economy because they're plugged in through Silicon Valley. They're getting rich off of cryptocurrency, gig economy, share economy, gift economy. You know what I'm talking about, barter economy. Even some of them are writing the codes, right? So when they leave their jobs in Silicon Valley, which is downtown in the quote-unquote Flatiron District, a multi-trillion-dollar, billion-dollar sector that the billionaire Mayor Bloomberg set up. When they leave their jobs in Dumbo, you know what I'm talking about? When they leave their jobs in Williamsburg, when they leave their jobs in the Flatiron District to come and march with you and to drink your black tears, they're not telling you about the new economy. You know niggas' pockets are always fucked up on permanent. You know what I'm talking about? Like you don't have to ask around, yo, how's niggas' pockets doing? Niggas are always fucked up. Okay, that's a given. We always need assistance. We always need that shot in the arm. We always need a layup. We always need that no-look pass coming from anywhere. Niggas always need some form of welfare. So why isn't the welfare in the form of simple information that's priceless, but it costs you nothing, such as this? Do you know what kind of movement I could start with the gig economy and the share economy? You know how many people we could take out of homelessness and out of unemployment? You know how many numbers we could shift? Do you know how many politicians could come and talk to the quote-unquote brothers and sisters on parole? All of this prison reform conversations. Do you know how we could infuse the conversation when we just paint a picture that, listen, cut all that victim shit out. I don't even want to talk to you victims. You know what I'm talking about? I don't talk to victims. I talk to victors. You know what I'm talking about? I talk to people that are holding the belt. Let's have a conversation about how we could take our skill sets and monetize it. So of course they don't want us to get this cloth. Of course there's a conspiracy. Of course the politicians, the bourgeoisie, the boulets, the black politicians, the yellow, white, red, whatever color you get, all of them are keeping you out of the biggest boom on the planet right now, and that's the tech boom. They got you niggas crying because it's money in racism. It's money in victimhood. It's money in all of the sickness, like KT broke down on that wonderful broadcast that you had it's money, they're monetizing your depression, because your depression, as a result of the PTSD that they're triggering with all of these lynchings and all of these police killings and all of this poverty consciousness, niggas are getting sick left and right. Gentrification is inducing stress, so people are becoming sick. So what are they monetizing? They're monetizing your data, big data, Negro outrage, and all of the triggers that they're putting in front of you with the psyops. They're monetizing your ignorance through the music industry with all of the mumble and all of that crazy shit. Molly Percocet and all of you brothers and sisters that are willingly selling yourself as cannon fodder to the machine. They're monetizing your self-hatred. That's what they're doing, and they're profiting off of the fact that you don't know what the fuck is going on. You still talking, pardon me with the language, y'all still talking about plug walk, but you don't even know how to plug in your laptop. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you don't realize where the real bread is at. And that's not to say that's the only money and that's the only thing on the planet that's going on and that's the only thing that's popping. I'm only talking about an income stream. Simple. There's multiple income streams. For everybody who's reading all of these self-help books on how to be a Billy, then you understand that you have to open up multiple income streams. But I just spoke about recurring income, waking up to the bread. There's nothing beating that. You got to work smarter, not harder. So yes, they want us to work harder, Rich. They don't. And then when they bring up AI, it's from a fear standpoint. And when they bring up technology, it's from a fear standpoint. They want to put you back in the victimhood. They don't want you to look at it like a boss.
So Red, let's use a real life example. Like I like to do that. It's easier to understand. You have a son. How old is your son now?
10. Shout out to Amir.
What if your son wants to drop out before he's in school, right?
Yeah.
Traditional school system. What if he wants to drop out before he finishes 12th grade, finishes high school? And he says, Dad, this shit is useless. I want to participate in this tech boom, this gig economy. I'm out. I want to get out of here by 9th grade. Are you for that? Would you advise your son to at least go to a certain grade? How would you approach that? Because there's so many parents out there in a similar situation.
Yo, if he had 10 certificates versus 1 bachelor degree, right? In my book, he would be more accomplished. If he picked up a trade, like electrician, you know what I'm saying? Like carpentry or masonry, then that's still my man. He's accomplished, he's made it, he's equipped himself with the tools that's gonna be needed to navigate through the digital highway. Remember, Silver Surfer, I'm to this day, when he was 3 years old, I was trying to set him up as a coder. I wanted him to code, and if he agrees that he wants to take the untraditional route in education, then I would encourage him to pull out of that system. We would immediately lock in to hiring a tutor or multiple tutors. I will put him on lynda.com, Lynda, go and check it out, lynda.com, where he could become certified and he could actually take tests to see where he's at skill-wise. Hell yeah, I would promote that. You damn right I would. You know what I'm saying? You're right, because I'm a proponent of utilizing new tools and new instruments and new ways on how to win, because the older ways are basically being snuffed out as we speak. I've heard too many horror stories to believe in that dream anymore. That dream is it's like the raisins in a raisin in the sun. It's dried up. You know what I'm saying? It's not real.
I guess a lot of people always looked at this tech thing as a side hustle.
Yeah.
But I guess that's not the case at this point in 2018, huh?
Not really. Not entirely. Side hustles turn into main hustles. You know, I understand looking at certain things when we were on the cusp of 2 ages, the analog and the digital. But as we go further into 2020, you know what I mean? It might be something that, you know, we might have to begin to consider to say, look, there's ways to build digital empires without sitting in front of the computer and getting cancer, without indulging in, you know, social media and just playing games with your time and, you know, wasting everybody else's time. There are actual things that we could be doing if we approach it from a solution standpoint to fill voids, like I said in the last video, with algorithms, to create algorithms with the algorithms being the solution to the problems that we've identified. Google, right? Just to give you one example, Google search is an algorithm. There was a day and a time on the internet where there were no filter systems and there were no ways to search for the index pages, right? So they came about and they created an algorithm called the search algorithm, and that later on came to be known as Google. That's a search, that is an algorithm. That was a void that somebody decided to fill. Now later on down the line, one of the four most powerful companies on the planet, Google being one of them. Go and read the book, The Four, the DNA of the four most powerful tech companies on the planet. Google, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon. Combined, these companies are like the seventh, they're almost like the seventh country according to their GDP. If you combine all four of them, they're the seventh most powerfulest country on the planet. You're here for your shirt. I see you, King. Yes, sir. So, you know, that's where we're at right now. But like I said, it's not all digital. It's mixed in with labor. It's mixed in with intellectual property. We got to think of these concepts. We have to come together. It's our intellect. It's our thoughtfulness. It's our concepts and ideas, and also our sweat equity, because you're going to have to put in work in order to build these. It's cold. You know what I'm talking about? You got to sacrifice time, and you got to sacrifice a lot in order to create these ideas and bring them into fruition into the real world.
You also mentioned the share economy.
Yeah, that's dope too.
Could you give me?
That's an aspect of the gig economy. There are a few economies that are running right now that are worth mentioning, and I'm gonna put them out here, and I would encourage the family to definitely just simply go and do a Google search, because it's not just one economy, four dominating economies. And it's also something called SaaS, software as a service, right? Software as a service mixed in with the share economy is how you see Uber turning into $1 billion company overnight. The share economy is what you see in Airbnb, right? I have an empty room in my house, or I have a basement in my house, or I have an apartment inside of I have an empty room in an apartment in a neighborhood, right? Or a borough that's a tourist attraction. Brooklyn, the new Brooklyn. Everybody wants to spend the night in Brooklyn. Everybody wants to explore Brooklyn. Harlem, the new Harlem. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody wants to be in Harlem. They want to explore Harlem. When they come to Harlem from different countries or different states, they want to take, you know what I mean? They don't want to do the hotel. They want to just chill in an apartment. That's where Airbnb comes into play. That's part of the share economy. I monetize my empty room. So here goes the income stream again. Here goes the recurring income stream. I woke up, somebody just paid $500 to rent out my room for 3 nights. I go and clean the room up, make sure everything is good, Florida water, sage it out, you know what I mean, a little bit of aromatherapy, boom, they come in. I don't even have to be in the apartment. There could be a key there's a key, I leave the key with management, right? So now I'm in Thailand, I'm in Tahiti, I'm on a continent, I'm in the Caribbean, right? Searching, you know, doing my work, doing my spiritual work, doing my healing work, while the apartment that I could have been paying rent on while I'm on my travels, it's paying me now. So now once my rent gets paid, now everything else is a bonus. I have an extra bike in my garage that I don't ride. There's bike sharing programs or apps now. There's Zipcar. There's an extra car in the garage. I don't really drive it. Zipcar, Uber, Lyft. I got the car. I work, me and Rich work construction, right? But after construction, I want to make a little bit of extra money. So I dedicated 4 hours in my 12 to 18 hour day to say I'm going to grind for Lyft, right? Because I got the car and I don't have to get a medallion from the taxi people anymore. I can monetize my own car. So now, where I was paying a car note and I was paying for gas and I never got any money for this nice Benz that I got, I've now monetized my car to whereas it's paying me. So all of the money that I make, that's my car note, or that's my gas money, or that's them rims that's spinning. You know what I'm talking about? You know. Yeah. So that's called using, right? That's called using what you have to get what you want. So there's the share economy. There's the gift economy. Do you know what the gift economy is? Do you know that you're participating in a gift economy and you don't even really know that you're part of a new economy? Your channel is the gift economy. You're gifting people information and you're not asking for anything back. I remember the $1 PayPal thing.
I do need some donations from the people. I need help. I'm letting them know that. Help Brother Rich.
Help Brother Rich. Help Brother Red. You know what I'm talking about? Leave a tip, you know. But when they leave a tip, when they participate in gifting you, when they participate in your Patreon, when they participate in giving you that $1 that you was asking for, that's now become part of the gift economy.
Right.
Right? That's become part of the gift economy because the information that you're gifting them with, all of the information, all of the knowledge, all of the concepts, all of the ideas, they're now reciprocating that by gifting you monetarily. There's something called the barter economy. There's a new economy called the barter economy. The barter economy is basically, I don't really need your money. You want something from me? Well, you make shirts? I want a shirt. I'm going to give you my shirt. Like I was wearing the brother's shirt the other day. Mr. Unapologetic. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't have to pay him fiat. I paid him in bartering. You dig what I'm saying? There are websites and marketplaces set up to where you don't have to use fiat in order to barter. You could use tokens and whatnot through cryptocurrency. You feel what I'm saying? So the gift economy, the barter economy, the share economy, the collaborative economy, and the gig economy. Go and do your research and level up and play the game the way that it's being played. And don't play the game from an analog's perspective. That's the only thing that I could say when in regards to what's going on all around you. You don't even realize what's going on around you. Do you know that the majority of the gentrifiers belong to those economies?
Yeah, they never go to a traditional job.
They're not traditionally working.
Not at all.
They gigging. You know what I'm talking about? They're working in Silicon Valley. We can ask a multitude of them walking by, and I guarantee you they work inside of tech. So they can afford $3,000 rents, $2,500 rents. They're inside of a boom. You know what I'm talking about?
Yo, Red, man, this is dope, man. Our people definitely need to get on this tech boom, to delve deep into this technology, man. Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut your whiz, but in alignment with all of that, I would be remiss if I didn't mention incubators and accelerators and startup communities. Incubators, accelerators, and startup communities in these hoods where the housing is affordable, where they getting bandos and turning them into drug empires. You too could play a part in the upliftment or the gentrification of the minds and the hearts and the wallets of your people by setting up what are known as incubators and accelerators. Go and look at the TV show Silicon Valley on HBO. They're living inside of an incubator. An incubator is simply a house where multiple entrepreneurs come inside, or freelancers or outsourcers. Howard, you're a photographer, right? Are you gigging? Do you get paid for that? Do you outsource your photography? Okay. You know what I mean? There's an entrepreneur right there. He could be the next Gordon Parks. So the incubators are where these businesses and a workplace, matter of fact, workplace. Add that in there as well. these are going to be the way we are going to turn around the epidemic of poverty, poverty consciousness, murder, prison complex industry, all homelessness, unemployment, broke pocket-itis that's plaguing our hoods. Workspaces, creative spaces, accelerators and incubators and startup communities. Like I said, I'm not just out here rambling. We're preparing for the future. We have a presentation that is sitting on the stove, cooking slowly, Facts 2020, along with a book. Well, all of the stuff that we're talking about is going to be inside of it, along with steps that you can take to turn everything around. Stay tuned. It's coming real soon. You know what I'm talking about?
Yo, I want to thank you once again, man. You gave the people a lot of stuff to research, a lot of things to look up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, look it up.
They hungry. I know that they're going to get it in.
It's going to benefit all of us.
Because you have quality of membership. Some of the people who are going to change the world are watching your channel. That is a fact.
Yeah, I got some great people that watch.
You got some powerful, intelligent, forward-thinking futurists on your channel, and I know it because I talked to some of them.
And I advise everybody to participate in this gift economy and send Brother Rich a donation.
That's
PayPal,
right. That's
Richard Mary 7, or go to Patreon. You know, give a monthly pledge, so we can continue to provide this type of information to the people.
That's right.
But listen, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Red Pill, leave your contact info.
Yes. Red Pillar Patreon / Red Pillar, PILLIR. twinthealbum.com. The song that you're gonna hear at the end, that's off the album. Thank you, Rich. And please, before we forget as well, I can't. Yes. No, he didn't come back yet. My brother KT the Arch Degree on Sunday in Brooklyn, free at Nicholas. Support the brother and come and build with your brothers. Red and Blue will be in the building as well. Let's chop it up because we just gave you some game. Now we can socialize. Now we can get together. Now we can have career days. We could come to your state, right, and have career day because now we have to identify the skill sets and the talents and the gifts that each one of us possess. Because I've just showed you have permission to monetize it. These are the websites to check out. Upwork.com, True Lance, TRUE Lance, TrueLance.com, peopleperhour.com, Fiverr.com. And that's it. I'm gonna leave you with those. Go and check out those websites so you have an idea as to what I'm talking about. The future is now.
Black magic, God, Holy Ghost, Lord, orgasmic, order more acid, more than 4 tablets, portal door passage, born before mortal war happened. We were lords way before we were poor black men. Now we like Catherine, only having 4 Jacksons. Sword of pure magic, slaughter 4 dragons. Heat like corduroy fabric, door-to-door tactics. Easy like tortoise on boarded floor backspins. Rapping like the man that created it, and I just play with it. Shine radiant, raising it, sunbathing it. Voice tone sharper than razor tip. When I aim it at megaliths, make them raise and lift. You can't relate to this, even if you paint a pic of me and you and somehow make the faces switch. I like to babysit, throne made of baby skin, donated by natives that procreate in sin. They gon' need to raise the rim. They gon' need a cage in that gymnasium. I play to win, Will Still Chamberlain. Put the globe on my middle finger and made it.